A word for our listeners. Season 2 of Masks of Nyarlathotep is set in the 1930s and 40s. We will be using terms and sayings from those times, including some that could be considered offensive. It's not our intention to offend. We merely wish to offer as accurate a view of the time period as possible. Welcome to Masks of Nyarlathotep, a Nerds Domain gaming podcast. Join us each week as our investigators uncover the corruption of the mythos in World War II. Starring George Chimples, Rob Walker, Phil Durham, Shirley Nedswicki, and Justin Kimmett, with Matt Quiett running the table as keeper. Eldritch evils and crazed Nazi cultists await you just beyond this music.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Nerds Domain Presents Masks of Nyarlathotep. I'm Matt, and I am here with John.
Hello.
And Ed.
What's up?
And Rob.
Hello.
And we are ready to get started, John. So tell us, because you left off with me in a terrible dream. That was fun. Thanks, jerk.
Yep.
Tell us where we're at and what's going on.
So, did we get to the roll after that dream? Do you remember?
You asked where we were at, man. You didn't ask for a roll. I don't think so. I don't know. So what do I need to roll then, John?
Sanity.
Oh, I win.
I seem to recall we rolled some sanity.
You guys
checks.
did. This is just my dream.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a yes. Barely
Awesome.
succeeded.
Awesome. Good for you.
What do I lose?
Nothing.
Oh,
That's sort of a metaphor for your life, isn't it?
yeah, I win. What do I lose? A little bit here and there. Yeah. Thanks, guys. So I don't lose any sanity from my terrible dream
No.
of
you
the
just-
red eyes and the yellow eyes.
Right. It's just you are slightly fatigued, but we won't make that a mechanical thing. But you'll be caught yawning a lot more often than you probably normally would.
Okay.
That sounds about right. It is daylight saving time after all.
You guys, whatever.
Is that even a thing in this era?
No.
I didn't think so.
Oh, sorry. No, that was Ed talking,
Yeah.
not Jack.
Yeah. So, you wake up in Wepler, and you're commandeered. I think we said commandeered hotel. The one.
Did we ever say?
I think I can't quite remember what.
I think it was an inn, not a hotel.
An inn.
Yeah.
That's why it didn't sound right. I was like, but it has a kitchen that we were in. But
Yeah.
an inn makes more
Yeah.
sense.
The troops have more or less commandeered the town inn. We have Wing Commander Reese Llewellyn getting some reports when I imagine Captain Kauri Loveridge and Captain Jack McKenzie arrive for a morning briefing, since you are like the command staff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, Kauri looks a little bleary-eyed, like he didn't get a good sleep. And when I wrote his name down,
Jack McKenzie.
no, there was a guy. Oh, Lieutenant Berkshire brings in the morning briefing for Commander Llewellyn. There was another child taken in the night.
Okay.
And the patrols saw nothing.
All right. That's
Good.
not good.
So we're up to three kids now.
And we're still missing one of our men.
Two of our men.
you're
Two
missing
Two of our men.
two of your.
We're at
Yeah.
10% casualty at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, our attrition rate is terrible.
Yeah.
On the plus side, we're up like 3 wolf pelts.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you know, we're just replacing kids with wolves.
Yeah. That's all
No.
perfect.
I mean, they're still dead. So
Are they though?
yeah, you
Are
shot
we?
them.
Oh, the
The
wolves.
wolves
I
are
thought you meant the
dead.
kids.
Yeah.
The kids are dead? We
6
didn't
to
shoot
one.
no kids?
You don't know
6
about
of one,
that.
half a dozen of the other.
So yeah, and the villagers are starting to get a little restless. They
Understandably
want
so.
answers.
They should talk to their constable. That ain't my problem.
Well, you guys are patrolling the streets.
No, we're going on maneuvers,
Yeah.
Right.
These are practice maneuvers.
very
Right.
specifically.
Yeah.
Through the town. So to the townsfolk, it looks like you're supposed to be, patrolling and keeping them safe, and clearly you're not. And it has gotten out among the people that your own soldiers are going missing. So they kind of want to know what's going on. So what is your...
It's all right. Everything's all right down here. How are you?
I believe at this era we can blame jazz music.
Yes.
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 Yeah. Oh,
And marijuana.
yeah. No?
Is that not working?
They're not buying it, I guess.
How much jazz music did they have in this region at the time?
I don't
Enough
know.
that kids are going missing.
Like enough. Yeah, that's all it takes.
Just one note.
Just one
Jazz.
one blue note,
Jazz.
as it were.
Not even once.
If you don't talk to your kids about jazz, I will.
So, okay. So,
Beep 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 da.
we good Lord. I don't know what is Commander, Wing Commander, what is the official word? I'm not in charge of this. It's a good answer.
Well, we could go for an official word that we're going to put out. I'm not exactly sure what, other than, maybe we could start civilian watches, possibly institute a curfew.
But what are you telling them for what's going on? Like there are wolves in the area?
I think wolves are fair to blame it on because they did try to murder us.
I don't think we
But
should blame
at the
them on
same time,
otherworldly wolves.
No, definitely not that.
No.
Not yellow-eyed wolves.
Nope.
But I also don't see them buying wolves sneaking in through their children's windows and making off
true.
with them.
As far as we know, that's what's happening, though, isn't it?
I don't know that the wolves are doing. I don't think we have a conclusive thing that's going on
Yeah.
at this point.
But wolves is kind of the best thing we can go off of. at the moment.
Yeah, unfortunately.
So for the
Well,
moment,
The other thing we know is, do we know if this child is at all linked to the witch in town?
No, you...
I'm sorry, take me back a second. Which?
yeah.
Yes, we learned that there was an apothecary in town.
Oh.
And a lot of people are calling her witch. And the two children who had gone missing previously had ties to her.
Maybe we should go talk to her.
I think we should
That's-
talk.
yeah.
I think we should talk to the witch.
That was what I was going to suggest, but I wanted to get our story straight before we go into town and get approached by an angry mob.
We got soldiers for that. They got guns. We're good.
Yeah.
Okay, so you want to go find Nadia Coppins?
Yes.
Sure. Is that her name?
That's her name.
Nadia
Did
Coppins.
you just look that up?
No, it was on my
Oh,
notes already.
yeah.
Wow.
I wrote it down last time.
Look at you prepared.
Yeah.
What would be the appropriate title? Like Good Woman Coppins or The Lady
Some-
Coppins?
Good woman, probably something
Okay.
along those lines.
Sup, witch?
Yeah. Yeah. So
Fräulein Coppins.
Fraulein.
Since
yeah.
we
Frau.
speak-
Frau.
Frau.
Fräulein would be girl.
Oh,
Frau Coppins.
Frau. Yeah, sure.
The Dowager Coppins.
Well, that'd be English.
And that's
Yeah.
Yeah.
making a lot of assumptions about her marital history.
The Maiden and Coppins.
She might not be a maiden. She might have lots of little witch children that we don't know about.
Yeah, that turn into wolves.
That
Well,
turn into wolves. It's all making sense now. Okay.
I believe
all
we
right,
were
I know where
told
we're
she
going.
was not married.
Correct.
Frau would still be
Yeah.
nice and respectful, I think.
So yeah, you were told that she has, basically she acts as like an apothecary, a nurse, not the nursemaid,
Wet nurse? No.
no, that's still not the right word.
Someone
Totally
who helps
the wrong-
birth babies.
Yes.
Half a midwife.
Midwife.
Not a half-wife.
No.
Midwife.
Wow.
Half-life,
Wow.
how long your marriage lasts?
Wow. Ooh, nice. Mr. Wet Nurse over here.
Yes. She acts
Look,
as a
I love sequel to Mr. Mom.
Half-wife.
Mr. Wet Nurse.
Mr. Wet. Oh, wow. Okay. I like that.
All right.
So yes, she works as a midwife and apothecary, and is seen as something of a wise woman around town, which has irked the local priest because people should be coming to him for advice, and they're not as often as he wants them to. So what do you guys do? How do you approach? You know that she lives kind of out of the town proper, but
Okay, I think the best excuse to go see her is we're going to say we're sending people to check up on people who live on the outskirts of town, make sure everything's okay.
I thought we'd just drive our 3 tanks up, park them around her house.
Yeah.
Is this not a good idea?
well, first off, you don't have tanks.
Says who?
Me,
I have it written on my sheet.
you do not. You're a liar.
Just wrote it on my sheet.
Is it followed by of gasoline?
There you go. 3 tanks, right there.
No. Yeah, you have there's also a lot of snow on the ground. So
Is she like off of a road and just kind of in a field, or is it just a bad, not cared for road?
It's hard to find because her house actually has chicken legs and walks around.
Oh.
no, we're too far west for that one. To
No.
be in fact.
After the Communist Revolution, she moved.
Yeah, but there's no.
Are you going to argue Communist Revolution,
I'm not.
or are you going to argue
Not. My brain.
Baba
was-
Yaga?
No.
Because you could go either way here.
Yeah, and I was going to argue all those points, and then that other rational side of my brain said, "Shut up, it's not important," and that one won. So anyway,
Okay, so the point is she's on the outskirts of town.
yes,
And it's kind of a rough part of town because there's a lot of snow on the ground right
yes,
now. Got it.
So
Okay.
the 3 commanding officers of the camp are going to pile in a truck and drive as far out as you can.
Well, we're going to leave the lieutenant at base.
Sure.
Like, that's a plan.
I'd
Yeah.
take anyone else if they were player characters.
Yeah, that's a plan.
We may want to. Well, no. Every time we take someone out, they just disappear.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're just
Honestly,
better leaving them at
this is
camp.
feeling like Captain Picard on a away mission at this point, but I digress.
So, yeah,
So-
that's what we're doing.
Okay.
It'll be the 3 commanding officers.
Okay. So yeah, you guys are able to drive most of the way there, but she does live kind of back in the woods. Off
This
the
is
road.
walk from here.
Sincere
Yeah.
question: do we have skis or snow boots? Snow.
You have snow gear,
shoes.
snowshoes.
Yeah.
I
Is that
think-
what those are called? The tennis rackets
Yeah.
that you put on your feet?
Snowshoes. Yeah.
I think something along those lines would be appropriate for the winter gear that you brought up the mountain with you
Okay.
originally. So yeah, it's not the greatest, way to get around, but it works.
Yeah.
Better than trudging through the thigh-deep snow.
Well, I mean, Jack's Canadian. He was born in them.
Yeah.
It's truth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Natural childbirth was
Yeah.
kind of a rough experience for my mom.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
just- They tapped the tree and he just came right out.
Yeah.
So,
Are you saying all Canadians are made of maple syrup
Only some of them.
not only maple syrup?
and poutine?
Some of them come from broken curling stones.
Yeah,
Ooh,
yeah.
Wow.
Maple
Hatch right out of there.
syrup, maple syrup and poutine. Yeah,
Oh, this is just taking a
and
terrible,
and
terrible
Labatt's.
turn.
I mean,
Oh,
you gotta
God.
put some Labatt's in there.
I go for some poutine. Magic food.
Is there,
Labatt's is really not that bad. I could go for some Labatt's.
Old Milwaukee,
and it's Sunday, and we can
That's
buy
American.
beer now.
It's from Milwaukee.
arguably.
But anyway, we digress. You're going to
Yeah.
edit all this out.
I
right?
am. Our shenanigans are not nearly as bad as other shenanigans.
Okay.
This is all good.
How much of this are you going to edit?
Probably all of the last bit because that was not helpful.
Okay, good.
Where we were accusing Canadians of being made up of maple syrup, poutine, and Labatt's.
I don't know. I kind of think you should keep that in.
Just put it into the stinger.
Yeah. No Canadians.
Hashtag not all Canadians.
Hashtag not my Labatt's.
Okay, so we are
Say,
heading
buddy.
to
Yeah. So you're heading out into the woods into towards a cabin. It looks a lot like the guy's cabin, Dooster House, the
Yeah.
hunter who lived out in the woods.
Yeah, at Dooster.
Yeah.
Okay.
same basic setup. Everything as you approach looks legit. There's a bit of smoke coming out of the chimney, so she's got a fire going.
Man, I am trying not to sidetrack. Do you guys think Wolf Fishman has like a brother or a cousin that does housing, and that's why all the houses out in the woods look the same?
That's
So-
entirely
yeah.
possible.
Yeah.
So-
Fishman Construction.
Yeah, Fishman Construction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lloyd Fishman.
Lloyd Fishman. Who names their kids Wolf and Lloyd? These are the worst names together. Like, I don't have a problem with Lloyd as a name, but like, oh look, there's little Lloyd and Wolf playing. Like, who names their kids Wolf and Lloyd?
You just lost all of the listeners who named their children Wolf and or Lloyd.
If it makes you feel better, my older brother's kids are named Wolf and Bishop.
Seriously?
Wow.
Yeah,
He named his
And-
kid after the android in Alien.
possibly. Bishop Gabriel is his.
No, he named
Wow.
his kid after the X-Men.
Oh, okay. All right. That's
X-Man.
better.
No, see, I would have thought Ron Glass's character on Firefly, but you know.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, that's
Shepherd.
That's
That's
Shepherd.
Oh, it
And
is.
book.
Yeah,
Shepherd
not
book,
Shepherd
yeah.
book. Never mind. I lose nerd cred.
Well, actually, I don't know what his first name is. It
What?
might be Gabriel.
Darian.
Darian.
Darian Book.
Okay.
Dariel book.
But because we all said Shepherd, then I thought, no, that's his title.
That's his title. Yeah, Dariel book.
So yeah, we head right out there.
Yeah. Glad that's going to be.
Lloyd
So yeah,
Fishman.
Lloyd Fishman.
Lloyd Fishman Construction.
So, like I said, you approach. It's a
huge in Belgium.
It's a pretty standard looking cabin. Got a nice stone chimney, little stream of smoke coming out the top. She's clearly been, got a fire going.
Is it a little bit bigger, like with a kind of a storefront-y look to
Oh
it?
no! Like
So it's just her house?
It's just
It's a
her house.
one-room cabin
Yeah.
kind of deal. Okay.
Yeah.
That was a sincere question. I'm just like, why would you go to some lady's house and buy like herbs and stuff like
'Cause
she
she's-
would have like?
She's
but
just
okay.
got it. I mean,
Sure.
it's
Do you
back-
expect her to have a sign out front that says witches and things, or
No, she's the apothecary.
okay?
well, I
No,
think she's
she's-
unofficially.
She's unofficially.
Oh,
Yeah.
got it.
Yeah, there's this area is remote, and so like you can't employ a full time doctor. So there's a guy that comes around,
Yeah.
but he might be a week away. In
Yeah.
the depending on the weather or whatever.
And you
So-
need your wolf's
and you
bane
need-
to
yeah.
ward away the werewolves.
Right.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you got to go to her.
Sure.
You got to go see Nadia.
You have a headache. It's demons in your blood. You should
Right.
do some cocaine about it.
Your humors are out of whack. Come on.
Right. Exactly. You need less phlegm, more
Bile.
bile.
Leeches, always the answer.
Always leeches and bloodletting.
So there's your house.
So we're gonna walk in. There's just gonna be nothing but leeches. Walls of leeches.
You don't put leeches on the walls; you put them in bogs.
That's true.
Leeches, wolfbane, and
Wait,
beyond.
If she has a bunch of leeches in bogs, does that make her a bog witch?
I'd like to think so.
Okay. I'm preparing. I'm giving you ideas. This is my contribution.
We are gifting these to you.
What have I gotten myself into?
Oh, whatever. You love it.
I do.
So yeah. I will go knock
Sure.
since I'm the lowest ranking person.
Okay.
I thought you two were equal rank.
Yeah, but he was in charge last time.
Ah.
And that makes me the lowest rank.
Yeah, we decided his enlistment date was just a few months or weeks sooner.
I've got seniority.
Yeah.
5 minutes beforehand, you were at
Yeah.
the front of the line. He was at the back.
5 minutes of seniority.
Yeah. So I'll go knock.
Okay. Knock, knock, knock. And a woman calls out in German, with a Belgian accent, says, "Who is it?"
British Expeditionary Force, ma'am. Just have some questions.
Candygram.
Buongiorno.
Land shark.
The hardest part was inventing the candygram.
I got nothing better. Come on, guys.
we are just here checking up because there's been some really bad snowfall and there's also been some increased wolf activity. So we're just kind of going around to make sure everyone's all right.
She calls out, "I'm fine. Everything is fine here. Go away."
How are you?
Yeah.
That doesn't seem suspicious.
We have a reactor leak. Very dangerous leak.
Okay. My next plan is kind of extreme. One of you is going to need to be shot in the leg.
Nope, I'm out. Nope. Are you sure, ma'am? Everything's all right in there?
You're fine in here. Please go.
She's supposed to live alone, right?
Yeah.
And she said we.
Yeah.
Are you with a patient?
Please leave.
I'm going to motion silently that I'm going to go around the house
Mhm.
and then come in from the
Okay.
back. Come to the back if you come in from the front.
You do that. You go check the outhouse.
I am not on outhouse duty. There's all kinds of scary things in there.
Is there a window around? Well, I'm assuming all the windows would be covered.
At least the ones you can see in the front are shuttered up against
Okay.
the cold.
Why don't you two move around to either side of the building, check to see if there's any windows,
'Kay.
and if not, come in. The
And this
back
is all
door.
motioned silently, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
It's in British silent instead of
Oh, yeah. That
pinkies out.
pinky's out, teacups up. I will unsling my gun, but not hold it to fire.
Okay.
High ready position, I think
There
is
you
what you're
go.
looking
So
for.
finger off the trigger.
More like I'm holding it like across the
Okay.
not the barrel. Look, man,
Stock.
I don't know these things.
You're holding it in a
Sure.
position where you could quickly pull it into
Yeah.
position and be
Yeah, yeah.
ready to fire.
If
But
it's a
not in a threatening, hey, I'm going to walk up to you with my
I'm
the
just going to
barrel
unload
on you.
it through the window.
ready position for a tuba.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Tuba position. It's in tuba.
I played the tuba for like a month. I was not very good.
Yeah, so we're going to go around the house, look for windows.
Okay.
I'm sneaking.
Sneaking.
I'm going around the right side of the house. You're
I will
going
go
around
the
the left.
Yeah.
Okay.
So my field craft. Oh, yeah, I got under.
And I'm going to keep talking to her during this time. I'm not going to let.
Yeah, me too. On Fieldcraft.
I like
yeah.
my notes that are on my sheet, like notes from Bulgaria, island in Mediterranean. Don't know what that means. Now I have tuba position equals ready position. Don't know what that means next week. Don't worry. This will be great.
So while they do that, I'm also going to keep talking to her. Ma'am, we also have some questions about some of the local youths around that we understand you've had some contact with in the past.
At that point, the front door opens,
Abort mission.
and she has a rifle, like pointed at you, but then like looks around and says, "Where are the other two?"
Wait, before we continue, is there a window in the door?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Could we not see through that?
No, it had like a small curtain covering it,
Okay.
but likely because you guys have the greater light source outside,
Mhm.
she saw shadows moving back and forth across
It
it.
is time to lie. I actually went ahead and sent them back to town because you were not wanting to talk much. I just had to get a couple answers before the commanding officer would let us back.
I'm sorry, out of character. You're claiming you're not the commanding officer now?
Mostly because I need someone to report to for this lie to work. I never told her I was the commanding that we're the commanding officer.
No, you didn't. So I'm gonna need a
Persuade.
yeah,
That's the word you're looking for.
not fast talk.
I mean, you could go fast talk either way.
I think fast talk.
Sure. I just think he needs to start screaming, "Swarm, swarm, swarm!"
Oh, that is like a 93.
I'm gonna guess that's a fail.
That's a fail.
Yeah. What is your fast talk?
40.
Oh, I've got a 5.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not doing the talking.
So she points at your insignia, says, "No, you are the commanding officer."
Just, oh no, I can understand if you're not in the military, it can be kind of confusing. I am a wing commander, yes, but that doesn't necessarily make me a commanding officer.
Oh my
A
God, he's
general outranks me.
mansplaining to the witch.
Oh. We have made bad choices, and it's fantastic. It's great. It's great.
Listen, little lady.
Now understand, big words are hard.
So glad we have that that warning at the very beginning.
And you have German on your character sheet, right? We did.
Yes, yes, I do
okay,
speak
so
German.
So she's speaking German. She says, "No, I've seen you around town. People have pointed you out. You are in charge. This is all your fault."
Okay. How is it my fault? Can we sit down and have a conversation about this?
And she kind of looks back over her shoulder and says,
Because I'm figuring you probably, with your reputation, I have a feeling that you're starting to take in kids that have gotten sick. Something's going around, and we need to work together to fix this. If it's our fault, help me fix this.
"1 minute."
The
She
German
closes
word.
the door.
The German word for mansplaining is Herklaren.
Okay.
I'm going to radio these guys. Like, guys,
Herr Claren.
There you go.
Herr Claren, probably.
hold. Do not.
So wait, how are you doing this?
Yeah, we don't
exactly?
have
You don't
head-
walkie-talkie.
Oh.
Yeah.
We don't.
No.
No.
At this point, it's.
I'm sure there was
it'd be a radio pack.
Yeah, I'm sure there would have been some sort of high sign that we would be waiting for, not just.
Except you're around the side of the house, so unless he calls out,
Yeah, that's
you
a high
can't
sign.
s-
Caw, caw.
How big is How big is this house?
I mean, it's a one-room cabin, so probably a little bigger around than this room we're in.
I'm gonna beg them to be able to roll a perception check to hear what we are.
Oh, I'm out.
The conversation
I can
between
roll
me
it.
and her.
Yeah, I guess roll perception. To
Listen?
Listen. Roll listen.
I'm
check.
out.
Listen.
It's alphabetical.
Got it. Well, I was looking for perception. That was my.
Oh yeah.
Sorry.
Oh yeah, no, I missed it too, and I got a 75.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Out back, does she have a drying shack and an outhouse that look vaguely familiar?
No, she has an outhouse.
Okay.
But not a drying shack or anything like that.
Possibly like an herb hut.
Yeah.
There is an area that is like
Fenced off.
fenced off.
Okay.
Clearly, like not like chicken wire, but not. She doesn't have a chicken coop or anything.
Okay.
So clearly, in the spring and summer, she's growing something
Yeah.
appropriate in there. But
She has a drying shack, but it's for herbs, so it's exactly the opposite. It smells delightful.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So I'm presuming that it hasn't taken us long to walk around the cabin.
other than the fact that you're trying to do it quietly and
Mhm.
not crunch all the snow, like, yeah, not super long, but
Okay.
you guys are probably staring each other down around behind the
Do we see any indication that there's anyone other than her in the house on the outside of the house?
not from the sides that you have passed by so far.
What about at the back near the outhouse?
You wanna
Yeah.
wanna go there?
Yes.
Give me another sneak check.
Yes.
Okay. Nothing that you can see from outside the house.
Okay.
But once you get out to the outhouse, you can see that there is definitely someone else, two bodies moving around inside the cabin.
Okay.
And is you in the immediate moment.
I'm going to position myself at the outhouse watching the back door so that
Okay.
if someone were to leave,
Sure.
I'll be able to see them.
Okay, so you're good 10, 12 yards out from the
Meters.
house.
Yeah.
Meters.
We're in
Yeah.
Europe.
Right.
Got to use European measurement.
And
Um,
Jack?
I guess I'm going to go back around to the front
Okay.
with the report of nothing going on back here.
Okay, good.
Okay.
I will. I don't know if Jack can't see the two. I'll motion that there are two people inside,
Okay.
so that because I can see them, you may not be able to.
Okay.
Actually, I'm going to have Captain McKenzie, when he comes back, if we have time, I'll kind of whisper over to him and let him know I'd like you to stand a little bit off so you can keep eye line with
No. Yeah.
Captain.
So post him at
Loveridge.
the corner of the
Yeah.
cabin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe back a little bit so
Well-
when she comes out, she can see him, but...
How much of this can you communicate to me after the fact? I mean,
Well, you're back with me, aren't you?
well, I'm making
He
my
said
way
he
back
was
to
making
you.
his
Yeah.
way, he's making
Yeah.
his way back
Yeah.
to you.
I figure when I see the muzzle of a rifle sticking out the door, I'm probably not going to approach
no,
too closely and set myself up in a position where I can take her down
Yeah.
if I need to.
But she went back inside.
She did go back
She went
inside
back
and shut the
inside, okay.
door.
Okay.
So I'm saying when
it's-
you got back to me,
Okay,
I'll kind of
got
lean
it.
over. That way you can give him a hand sign to let him know to.
Okay.
So yeah, so unfortunately, right about the time he comes back around the corner, the door opens again. The old woman still has the rifle, but she's holding it by the muzzle, butt down on the ground, like almost like a walking stick or a broom or something. And then she ushers out another woman who has a veil down against the cold. Hood up, and then but it's it's covering her face.
Yeah.
And she ducks her head and brushes past you out into the cold.
Okay.
You don't get a good look at her.
That's not weird at all.
No, that's totally normal.
Is she going back the same direction we came in?
Yes. So at this point, she says to Commander Llewellyn, "You can come in, leave your gun outside."
Okay.
And so she sees the sidearm that you have.
Do we need to stop that woman?
You need to make that decision without his input, unless you're going to step forward and talk.
Can I see the woman heading back to town from where I'm at?
No, you're not in a great position because of tree coverage. And
That's
everything.
Okay. Do we want to let her go?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So yeah.
So the old woman has heard me say that to him.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you said that out
I've
loud.
said that out loud. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
so
what
she,
language were you speaking though?
English.
Yeah. I figure if the three of us are communicating, we're probably doing it in English. But
that would make sense. So yeah, hearing your voice, she sticks her head out the door and gives you sort of a evil eye glance. One squinty eye glance.
Oh.
From the witch! Evil eye from the witch! You're gonna die in 3 days!
I'm dead. What is this?
Licking
it's
the devil
an old Romney sign for protection against the evil eye.
Like Mitt Romney?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Mitt Romney family is very old.
That's actually what Dio based the horns off of, which
Got
is
it.
hilarious because it's actually a sign of protection.
Got it. Okay.
So yeah, so she gives you a glance and says, "I told you I saw them," and then beckons you to come inside.
All right. I will leave my sidearm at the door.
Okay.
I'll leave all the guns at the door because I didn't come with just the sidearm, but
Okay. So she stands for a moment and kind of leans her head back outside. Is he coming in?
No, I think I'll stand outside and watch your weapons.
All right.
All right.
So she shuts the door and
give her trust, just not a lot of trust.
sure. So yeah, so she sits down and basically takes a tea kettle off the fire, and puts everything out on the table for tea, but doesn't actually serve you.
Okay.
And then, so there are two sets of cups. One obviously she's using and has a little bit of tea in it, and then there's your new cup.
Was her tea poured before I came in?
Oh yeah, and
Okay.
it's you're guessing that the water was put back on the fire very recently to get another pot of boiling water going, and while it's not whistling, it's there is steam coming out of the spout a little bit, so you know that you could make a nice cup of tea
Okay.
with it. So she's not pouring it for you, but everything's there if you want to serve yourself.
I will make a cup of tea, but I am not going to drink from it yet.
Okay.
I'll be polite, but again, not too much trust.
Okay. So she says, ask your questions.
We are trying to find my missing men and the missing children in the village. I've talked to, I cannot remember his name now.
Dooster House. Dooster House.
No, the son of the first kid that went missing.
You've talked to the. I didn't give him surnames, but
yeah.
you've talked to the parents of Theobald.
Yeah, Theobald, who I remember his mother saying that she really respected Frau Copeland.
Coppen.
Coppen.
Or Copen. I don't know. Yeah,
Copen,
Coppen.
So,
Okay.
So we wanted to come in and check in on you, and I have a feeling that I don't believe the rumors going around that you're the rumors that the priest is spreading that you're a witch or that you're casting wicked spells on people.
And she makes some kind of hand sign that's appropriate to
Yeah,
Yeah.
word off the.
basically dismiss him.
hmm
Uh,
But I know that you care about the children, so if anyone could help, you'd be able to help us, and we really do want to find these children and find these men.
sorry, I'm thinking how to put this together.
Mhm.
She says, "Well, it is the burden that you have brought up. You have brought this burden upon our town. It is your responsibility to solve it.
What actions did we take to bring?
One of your men has brought an evil presence with him. It disguises him, but the spirits of the forest tell me that it is a British man that causes these problems.
I'm not British.
But you're part of the British Expeditionary Forces,
Okay.
so you're British.
Oh, I thought Wolf Fishman was hiding in the background.
Yes.
Wolfishman's like, hey guys, I'm not British. American here, like not even like any bit of British. No,
Not even from New England.
no.
So, so she says it's one of your own men. They have upset the balance of things and brought an evil presence.
Do you know which of? Can you help me find out which of the men it is so we can?
May I come to your barracks and inspect them myself?
What would inspecting them entail?
I have a procedure.
Okay.
It would require a drop of blood from each of them, taken in my presence.
Don't look at me. I'm not in the room.
I'm actually just looking at that door.
You got to make this decision on your own, Wing Commander.
The witch is asking for blood.
The witch who talks to forest spirits.
Yes.
That never ends badly.
Yeah.
I've seen this movie.
I think I'm going to agree to it based on the fact that Wing Commander Llewellyn still doesn't 100% believe in this, so he's going to do this as a show of faith to the witch and in hope that she will help in more mundane manners later.
Okay.
My, that's awfully tolerant of you. I'd probably just laugh.
Well, she does have a gun still.
Yeah, but she's holding it by the muzzle.
Did she set the gun down, or is she still holding on to that, drinking tea with the gun in the other hand?
Still drinking tea. Yeah, using it like a walking stick
Are we
almost.
sure she's Belgian and not from the rural south? Because I'm from
No.
the rural south, and that I've seen
It's-
old ladies do that.
It's amazing how certain habits transcend cultural borders like that.
Well, and they probably brought that tendency along with them.
I mean, you
mean,
invent a gun and it just sort of becomes a handy tool.
It's not like white Southerners just grew out of the ground.
Oh, they get fished out of the swamp.
It's true.
No, those are Cajuns.
So she says, "Okay, I will need a few minutes to prepare. Are you going? Should I just meet you back in town, or will you wait for me?"
We can wait for you. I'm going to go collect the rest of my men.
Okay. So you step back outside into the bitter, bitter cold,
Mm-hmm.
and with your tea untouched. How rude! And you're able to collect your men.
Well, if with the mood I was in, if I had it, it would have just been a long, slow, sarcastic sip.
No doubt.
But better not to drink it because you don't know if she dosed it.
Yeah. So instead, we're just going to give her lots of blood.
One drop at a time.
Mm-hmm.
So you're
We'll
back
insist
out,
on sterile needles, though.
back out in the cold. What do you do?
I'm going to motion. I'm going to motion to him to motion to. I'm going to motion to Captain McKenzie.
Yes.
To motion to Captain Loveridge to kind of make a wide circle and come back on the road.
Okay. You see the hand sign.
Right.
Does he? Do you give that hand sign?
I give you that hand sign, that intricate yet simple.
Wrap it
hand
up.
sign.
You come here.
You here, around, gather.
The eagle flies at midnight. I don't understand this.
Yeah, it's exactly.
I come
Yeah.
back out front. That's
When
fine.
do walkie-talkies
Need
get
an
invented?
innuendo check.
And you,
Oh, I think
Nope.
I think they're around at this point. We're not carrying them.
Yep.
What am I doing?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing. You're back. You're all
Clearly,
back together.
clearly, I'm doing nothing.
Sorry,
Can
I
you
was
constantly-
referencing D&D 3.0 when we had
Yeah.
innuendo to deliver secret hand messages.
Got
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
No, they're rogues. They have thieves can't.
Right.
but thieves can.
Only if they're not being watched.
It's true.
So you're back together out in front. What do you do?
So what was-
Reunited,
what-
and it feels so good.
What did you find out inside?
She claims that. I'm going to stop talking the moment the door opens. She is feeding me the story that the wood spirits have talked to her and say that one of our troops has brought in wickedness with them. So she's going to come back and perform some sort of ritual. But really, I'm just trying to get on her good side because I think she knows where the kids are hiding.
While you're not looking at me, I'm exchanging pointed looks with Captain McKenzie.
Going. Yeah, this
Yeah.
is not outside the. This is not beyond
Yeah.
the pale. Yeah.
It's probably more like, yeah, maybe that's what I've been dealing with.
That sounds plausible.
But this is all eyes.
Right.
No words. Just,
Yeah.
yeah. We're having one of those How I Met Your Mother mental talks.
I don't watch that show, so anyway.
You missed a good one.
Sure. I mean, it's all on Netflix. I suppose
Hulu.
I could watch it whenever.
It's on Hulu.
Is it on
They took it
Hulu
off
now?
Netflix, yeah.
Oh. So anyway,
This
Yeah.
episode brought to you by Hulu and Netflix.
I wish. I'll take that money.
you're probably 20 minutes later after she ushered you out of the house.
Well, that's nice. She makes us stand outside in the cold for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
She said I could stay in, but I wanted to collect you guys.
Yeah. Yeah, you had the option to go into the nice warm cabin. Your commander
the-
left you in the
Not
cold.
with a witch.
The witch's house.
You think it's cold out here?
On the plus side, if we get hungry, we can just gnaw on the witch's house. It is
Yeah.
made of delicious candy.
This
Ooh.
is a fair point. It's a fair point.
Gingerbread.
Yes, indeed. So yeah, a good 20 minutes later, she comes out. She has a large pack, and she's exchanged her rifle for a walking stick. And then, like I said, she's bundled up, head to toe.
Mm-hmm.
You can barely see her eyes through her fur-lined hood.
How old was she? We never really.
She is elderly, so
Oh, good. So when I crack her in the back of the skull with the butt of my rifle,
it's gonna work. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, then her shell will fall away, and
Dude.
something worse will come out.
Be a wolf fishman.
Wolf Fishman is a fantastic lawyer. Don't you dare besmirch him.
How did we decide he was an attorney?
It was just decided.
Okay.
It has
Got
been
it. It has
decided.
been decided.
Yeah, it was a messenger conversation. He's a maritime lawyer. We've decided.
Well, of course he's a maritime lawyer.
So
He also specializes in trans-species rights. Anyway,
so she looks at the three of you, and then hands this big wooden crate with a handle on it right over to Captain Loveridge. Just forces it on him, like, if you don't take this, it's going to fall on your foot, and that's not going to be good. Do you take it?
Yep.
Okay.
And then I give her the eye, the Kiwi eye. Like, you couldn't even say please.
No, she just walks away. She's clearly in charge in her own mind.
do you perform a haka?
No. Nope. I am not of Polynesian descent. I'm
Okay.
of British descent, so that would be inappropriate.
That's true.
But we have that disclaimer at the beginning of the show.
It's true.
Anyway, and she starts
All right.
walking to your truck.
Also, personally, Matt thinks Hakas look awesome, and I wouldn't want to screw that up. So
Yeah, but your character could make it look awesome.
That's true.
Even if Matt couldn't.
my character does
Make
have
a
a very
Haka look
high dexterity, so I could probably make it
Oh.
freaking amazing.
Yeah, dude. Your character's Haka would be awesome.
There we
Yours would be an embarrassment.
Yeah. But no Haka.
Okay, I'm going to ask, what is a haka?
It is a it's a dance of sorts.
A ceremonial dance to basically sort of scare your opponent.
Ah,
But also to sort of, it's used in celebration. It's used as prior to a competition. It's also used in funeral ceremonies.
Are those like related to the fire dancing?
There are some small similar elements, but it's more of a like pulling the fierce spirits into you and like using them and.
Mind you, disclaimer: we are not Wikipedia, and we really don't know what the hell we're talking about.
Absolutely.
so you're making your way back to the truck.
Yeah.
Loveridge, you have this heavy crate that you have to carry.
Yep.
She's leading the way, like she knows exactly where you're parked, which
Okay.
isn't super weird because there's only
The one road.
one road.
The one
But-
in Canada.
Yeah. And she gets to the truck and hops in the passenger seat, just right up in there. Like
Who's our driver?
you guys, you brought no one else with you.
No, I'm saying who's our driver between the three of us.
Probably not me.
She just took your seat,
Yeah.
sir.
I'm a 20% drive.
I am a 20% drive, but I have mine marked already.
You have yours marked already.
Yeah,
Oh.
He'll get
increase
to
it.
up it when it's time.
I've
Oh.
already done a good job.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I think you're the driver
Oh, good.
because
Good.
you're the lowest rank.
So then I'll hand this off to Jack so he can put it in the back, and I'll climb in the driver's seat.
What are you handing off to me again?
It's a giant crate.
It's a giant like
Crying out loud.
medicine box that she's bringing with
It's
her.
her portable apothecary.
Yeah.
I believe the technical term is a gree bag.
Okay. I've never heard that one.
Okay,
It's-
you say so.
sure.
It's a
Yeah.
Voodoo term.
Yeah.
So she handed it to Kauri, and Corey's handing it to you, and she's taking up the passenger seat in the truck,
Wow.
leaving. The three of you probably could have piled in there before
Yeah.
and been a little warm, but with a fourth person,
Yeah.
it would be a
Somebody's
little
gonna be sitting on
awkward.
somebody's lap, which means one of them two, because she ain't getting sitting on anybody's lap.
right? Or the two of you could hop in the back. It's not pleasant.
Let's just hop in the back.
All right, so leaving Corey Loveridge to drive with the witch in the cabin.
Leaving
Yes.
the
You okay with that?
wicked spirits.
Yep.
with-
And I will light up a cigarette as we go,
Okay.
and I drive
Oh.
back.
All right. So you get back.
Hold on, shouldn't he roll for not getting an ember in his eye?
I don't think
Wow.
that's necessary.
Thanks. It's already dead, and now I'm gonna burn it.
In his good eye. Hey man, if you've never smoked in a moving car, trust me, that's a thing that happens.
You're assuming he's rolling the windows down.
Yeah. No. Why would I? It's cold outside. There's no sense in rolling the windows down. This is 1939. We breathe in the smoke because it makes our lungs healthier.
Right. Especially if you're having the cool toasted taste of Pall Malls or whatever it is.
Yeah. These are
Yeah.
probably unfiltered Lucky Strikes.
That's it. Lucky Strikes are the toasted ones. I
Yeah,
think.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
You want that toasted flavor?
Figure they're just like the military stogies.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
No, I like my American stuff. My
Mm.
gun, my cigarettes.
They probably come in a white box with black lettering that says cigarettes, Army regulation,
Mm-hmm.
times
Uh,
20.
No, off-white, like a.
Right, yeah.
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 Anyway, so we drive back
Drive back to town.
to the inn.
Focus, people, focus.
Does she say anything on the ride?
Nope.
Good.
Not unless you talk to her
Nope.
first. Okay.
Do you have the radio going
There's no radio.
with that sweet jazz music?
That's why.
Beep, beep, beep,
And then she just jumps out the side of the truck and goes off to wherever everybody else is. Great.
Yells about evil spirits.
Right. No. Yeah. Just straight back.
All right.
Guten Abend, Damen und Herren. That's the jazz station.
So yeah, you guys pull up to the inn and everything. Like you're unpacking, getting ready to get inside. When the priest and a mob of locals walks up and says, "What is she doing here?"
I position my gun in tuba position.
Have we left the? Have people left the car yet?
Yeah, like you guys were piling out,
Lovely. So,
and there's a group of 10 or so villagers, and like I said, the priest asks, "What is she doing here?"
Yeah, I will position myself between them with my gun in ready position, and just say, "This is military business. Please move along."
What does she know?
we have some questions.
We don't know yet. This is military. This is military business. Please move along.
What's the priest's name?
You can call him Father.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. Well, I don't know if
Well,
he's
he's a
a
good. He's a good
is he a
Catholic, so
Catholic?
it's
Catholic, yeah.
And
it's
yeah,
probably O'Rourke or.
you got a 90% chance of being right there. Yeah.
Father Schmidt.
Keep getting the surname.
Probably not a lot of
confidence.
Irish priests in Belgium. Just
Really?
Throwing it out
No,
there.
they move the priests around. I'm not joking.
I know that they move the
Yeah,
priests around.
so it could be Irish priests.
So Vandenhout.
Vandenhout.
Father Vandenhout. Will you say that Frau Koppen is a prominent member of the society?
I wouldn't give her that much respect. No.
What would you?
She and no, he's just not.
So we questioned you, right?
No, you haven't talked to the
Well,
talked to the priest yet.
Oh, I thought we had.
No,
oops.
because you might have gone to see the witch sooner had you talked to
Okay.
the priest. But
So we are just going through and talking to prominent members of the society to see if they have anything they can add to our investigation.
so you're arresting her.
We don't
'Cause
have.
she's-
We do not have that authority. However, this is military business.
Captains, why don't you bring her in and I will talk with them?
Sir, I can't leave you out here.
Yeah, wing commander. I think it's a bad idea.
I mean,
Can
if
talk to
if
these
the
people.
mob disperses and you just want to talk to the
Alright.
priest, we'll go inside. But that
Yeah.
doesn't happen, sir.
Can
No.
we get the lieutenant out? I mean, we're at the hotel,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Or
Sure.
the inn.
I'm sure the lieutenant's probably
Yeah.
watching from the doorway.
I will just wave him over.
Okay.
And Frau Koppen, if you don't mind, just going in and sitting until we have this settled.
Okay. So she so she
so
goes
the
in.
lieutenant takes her inside. Is that what
Yes.
you're saying?
Yes, and
Okay.
the idea is that she's going to go sit down and not do anything until we solve the
We're gonna go
situation.
inside. There could be blood everywhere.
And all of the people are going to be gone.
Yeah. So Berkshire takes her inside.
Yeah, I have neither the authority nor the intention on arresting her. She is simply an old woman who has helped this community. If you will please disperse back to your homes, I will come to the church afterwards and talk with you about this.
Wing commander, I think you're being way too nice to these people. Just showed up with a mob at our
Yep.
front door.
Wing commander, when the Canadian says you're being too nice, that says something.
Yeah.
Well, I am Welsh. The only people in the world nicer than Canadians.
Are you sure about that?
We can't really tell. It's hard to understand them.
Yeah, the priest really doesn't seem to be consenting to your orders. He wants to know what she's doing here.
She is going
She's-
to answer questions.
Then I want to be present.
We don't have to include. We don't have to explain anything to him.
Yeah, pretty much. No. I understand your worry, but this is a military matter. So we have one of two options. Either you can disperse now, and I will come to see you at the church after this is finished, and we can continue discussing this there. Or you can stand here until curfew, at which point my men will escort you back to the church.
Give me a persuade roll on that.
Oh, we're probably none of us Catholic.
No, I'm a Jew, so I don't.
Yeah, and
Give
I'm
up.
probably Church of England. I don't know about you, Jack.
That is a
Hit or miss.
12 out of substantial.
Yeah.
12 out of substantial.
I forgot how the alphabet works. So it's a 12
Took
out
you
of
a minute to
70.
find it? Yeah. Okay, so and you would prefer he leave, correct?
Yes.
So yeah, so that's what he does very begrudgingly.
That was my best attempt at a veiled threat.
Yeah, and he takes his followers with him back to the
I'm
apparently
probably
back
Catholic.
to the church. Yeah,
I'm probably Catholic.
I will
Yeah.
quietly, not so quietly, turn over to Jack to look at Jack and say, "I'm pretty sure inciting a riot during wartime allows us to mow down civilians." Do you remember what the regulation is on that?
I'm really not looking to shoot a priest today.
Also, we don't want to murder these.
Not my priest.
We also don't want to kill the children or the parents of the children and then find the children and have to explain this to them.
That's fair. That's fair.
They are worried. They are freaking out. Their children are missing. It's understandable.
But we do need to have a talk with this priest about inciting a riot.
Yes. He needs to learn that he is not the one in charge here. Is there a mayor figure for this, or is it just sort of...
there's the constable's sort of the daily whatever, day to day.
Yeah.
And then the priest is sort of also in charge. You know, he gets his way
Was the
80% of the time, but then there are a series of town elders, specifically the two fathers that you are aware of that you
Yeah.
encountered. Sort of, one of them you encountered, the other one you
Well-
are aware of.
She's the eldest of them all. Shouldn't she be in charge?
She's a woman. No.
Oh.
So
Is the
views
constable...
of the game master do not necessarily reflect the views of the other players.
nope, the views of
the-
the game masters reflect the views of the.
Is the constable
Antiquated.
here?
He is
Fair
not
enough.
currently.
Like, okay. As we go in, I will let one of my soldiers know. Please let the constable know that I would like to see him this evening.
So you ask Lieutenant Berkshire to.
Well, not him because he's
But-
probably too important.
well,
But
let's say you tell him to tell someone to
Oh, I
deliver
just-
the message.
I assumed that outside the inn, because there was a mob, there was like 2 or 3 armed soldiers, sort of making sure no one who's not supposed to come into the inn comes into the inn.
They didn't really have that kind of time to react.
Oh, I just meant sort of a standing.
Okay, then yeah, sure. You send.
I mean, normally we'd use MPs for that,
Okay.
but we don't. I assume we don't. We
Uh,
don't have
uh,
MPs.
What's the lieutenant's name?
Berkshire. Lieutenant.
Yeah, I don't know how to spell that, but that's fine.
Yeah, I just put.
You spelled the
LS.
same way
LT.
as lieutenant.
I'm going to slow down and wait for the wing commander to leave the room,
Okay.
and then I'm going to turn to the lieutenant and say, "You need to put men on all the doors, and
Okay.
you have them keep a watch. If anyone shows up and more than 1 or 2 people, we need to be alerted immediately. They are not to fire; they are to watch or observe and report."
Okay.
Do not fire unless fired upon.
There you go. Sorry, I'm doing this out of
Oh, you're
your
fine.
ear so that you don't get caught. Like, this is
Yeah.
not your fault. This is my decision. So,
Okay. Yeah. So he starts organizing the guard.
All right.
And you have you have Frau Coppens.
Okay. Is there any way to tell if Frau Koppen speaks English?
Sprechen Sie English?
Yeah, you could ask her.
Well, yes, but she'll tell me no.
I mean, is there any way you can tell that anyone can speak
Yeah.
a second language?
Well, I mean, when we're speaking in English, do I see any sort of recognition in her face? Do I see any?
Nothing that. No.
Okay.
nothing to
You could say
speak
something
of.
wildly outlandish about her and see if she responds in any way.
Like, I can't wait to turn her over to the priest.
Do you say that in character?
Nope. That was Matt talking.
Because my idea,
Giving-
But it's but Matt
Well,
had a good idea.
I'm going to. I'll tell her my plan. Okay, so you said you just need to be in the room when the blood is being drawn, right?
And then I need to do. I need to run it through this.
Are we all in the room with you right now?
Yes.
I'm
yeah, I
assumed
would have
that
followed in there
Okay.
right afterwards.
because I have a plan if this would be okay. Because I don't want to inspire any. I don't want to get the town any more riled up than they already are. I was going to tell the town that you are going to be helping out with some of the health care in the town, so that you would be watching over our company medic take blood samples so that you could understand how to do it if the need arises. That way we don't get the men overly worried if they're buying into the superstitions, and it can keep the town folk from mobbing as you've just witnessed.
You tell whatever story you need to tell, Englishman.
I just wanted to well, first of all, I'm not English, but
Okay.
listen up, German witch.
Frau Koppen, am I to understand that these problems started recently, 2 days ago? It would have been 2 days. That's when we arrived, right?
It happened a long time ago, 2 days ago.
Yeah, long time.
That's when the first child went missing.
Is that the origin of? Is that the origin time? You say you speak with the spirits of the. Hold on, sorry guys. Okay, you say you speak with the spirits of the forest. Is that when the spirits of the forest tell you this started? The evil.
I did not consult the spirits until the first incident was made. Came to my attention.
Sir, I think that we should start with Jack and I and our men. We're the most recent arrival. If there was a problem before that, because they've been here for a while, right?
Yeah.
If there was a problem before that, something would have happened long before now. It seems like we may be part of that catalyst, if Frau Koppen is correct.
Sure.
Okay.
So, and if that's the case, how do you need the blood? And I pull out my knife.
She waves her hand. Nothing like that. And she produces a kit wrapped in leather. It's got
So you know it's sanitary.
Well, I mean, it was a cow. Inside of a cow is pretty sanitary.
Yeah, right. Sure.
inside the kit is a long, thin sewing needle, a little stone bowl, and a couple vials of herbs that she puts in the. She takes a pinch from each of the
Herbs.
Because
you got to be high to believe this shit.
yes,
Wow.
puts a pinch of each of the vials in the mortar, and says, "Just I'm gonna prick a finger and drop the blood in here."
So you just need a drop of blood?
Yeah.
And I just like on the side of my
she's
arm.
like- she's
no.
like holding
I
up the
just
needle.
I cut, get just a little bit of blood on the knife and then
Flick
splash it in there.
Okay, and nothing happens.
Okay, I'm just putting it in where she needs it.
Yeah,
That's it.
Yeah. So she looks at it for a moment, spits in it, swirls it around, looks at you.
That's not sanitary.
Um,
muttering about safety regulations.
Right.
And while she's doing this, I'm like cleaning my knife off and then wiping up the blood and like putting a small patch on it. Like it's not enough to really hurt me. It's
Okay.
just enough to get blood.
Sure. I mean, so would be pricking your finger with a little sewing needle, but
Yeah, but she might have Mickey'd
but
the
I don't
needle.
like that hurts. Fingertips hurt.
That does hurt. It does hurt.
It's like cutting the middle of your freaking hand. I'm not Klingon here. Just
Yeah. Why do we have to? Yeah. Why do they do that? Why can't they just take
because
it something-
Klingons are tough enough
I
to
was about
take
to say, I know the real answer if you want to know.
it's impressive.
No, I
Yeah.
don't care. No. Okay. Fine. I do care.
You palm a blood pack, and then as you push it down in, the skin of the hand folds around
Sure.
the knife to make it look more realistic.
Sure.
That makes more sense. It also looks badass.
And it does look kind of
practical
badass.
effect. Yeah.
That's right.
I was a theater nerd in high
Yeah.
school. Well, still am, but
Yeah. So she kind of looks at you and says, "It's not you," and then has a little canteen of water, pours
I
water in
look
there.
startled.
Okay. You look startled at her. It's not you.
Yes.
Okay.
Frau, not to question whatever it is you're doing here. Are you sure?
You are. Yeah, you are not responsible for the missing children.
Okay.
You are not the father.
Is this when some lady comes running out and tackles me and starts hitting
No,
me?
first you have to start dancing.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
Right.
Uh,
On the next, Mari Wichich.
we should talk later, though, in private.
Sure.
And who's next, basically?
I had my knife.
Sure.
Blade pointed towards me to Jack. To hold it out to Jack. Jack?
No, thanks. I got my own.
Oh, okay.
I mean, she's got the needle. Like, you could
Oh.
just, I mean,
Or we could just, can we clean that off with something? We have some like alcohol swabs or a
boiling
We
pot
have
of water.
Brandy.
brandy.
I light a match.
There we go. That'll work. That'll work.
Hold it along the
So-
needle.
Okay.
Sure. Okay.
All right.
Let's clean
Unfortunately, it cauterizes as it goes through the skin.
that. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Just-
all
So
right.
no blood comes out, so she's got to do it like 4 more times.
Sure.
The lightsaber.
Till I look like a pin cushion.
Yep.
Okay.
So she gets a drop of your blood,
Mm-hmm.
puts it in, does the same thing, does the little pinch of plant material into the bowl, drop of blood on top of it.
While she's doing that, I'm going to kind of poke my head out the door and have whoever is in the room fetch the rest of their men. Because I think they brought, 5 men with you?
I don't know, John. How many people bring with us?
I don't know, Matt. Did you edit that episode yet? Do you
Yep.
remember?
Mhm.
Yeah.
We had a total of 19 men.
Oh, okay.
Right.
I was
Well, we
way
had.
off.
Oh, no, wait. I take that. We had a total of 20 men, and then one went missing, and then we had a total of 19 men,
No,
and
no,
then
no.
one went
that's-
missing.
You specifically asked about the men you Captain Loveridge, and you,
when you came to
McKenzie
the...
brought from
I don't
your
remember the
other
number.
previous mission. Yeah, I
I
don't.
I think
thought
we
it
had
was-
10. I think honestly we had 10.
Well-
because we only lost a few and we had 15.
there were some that got sent
Yeah.
back anyway with
And one got turned into a fish boy.
Fishman. Look,
He
over
was
the age-
young. He was
He's
young.
over the age of 18. He can be tried as a fish adult.
yeah.
starting to
so-
grow scales where there were no scales before.
Yeah.
It's a confusing time.
Is there any humor in the term fish mitzvah?
I don't know. I don't know.
There could be. There could be a little
Fish
bit. Yeah.
mitzvah.
Yeah. So you didn't bring your entire group
No.
from
Salmon?
before, but you
Never
brought
mind,
some
sorry.
of them. and he's ordered those.
Just
You
don't order
guys
the
asked for
lox.
those guys to go first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. There is a number of men they brought with them.
Yes.
I will ask the person in the lobby to
Right.
go get that number of men.
Yes, listeners, feel free to send us emails or Twitter or Facebook posts deriding us for not knowing our own history that
Yeah.
we created on our own.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually,
we love interacting with our fans.
we do. While they are being brought up and together, it's actually a great place for us to stop. We will talk to you guys next week. And that will do it for us tonight on the Nerds Domain Presents Masks of Nyarlathotep. Remember, you can email us at nerdsdomain@gmail.com or find us over on Facebook and Twitter at facebook.com/nerdsdomain and twitter.com/nerdsdomain. You can also check out our site at nerdsdom.com. Be sure to sign up for our newsletter while you're there. You can head over to iTunes and give us a 5-star rating. We want to thank Passion Nerdly for our music. Don't forget, you can support us at patreon.com/nerdsdomain and check out our shirts at TeePublic.